They forgot again. No messages, no calls, no hint of remembrance from the people who raised her. Alara sat in the dim light of her apartment, a small slice of cake in front of her, candlelight flickering against the silent walls. The air felt heavy with the same old ache, the feeling of being unseen. Year after year, she scrolled through her family's group chat, cheerful chatter about her brother's promotion, her mother's new dress, her father's golf plans. Not a word for her. She smiled faintly, the kind of smile that hides a lifetime of proof. "Maybe this time," she whispered. "They'll remember me when it's too late." She reached for her notebook, pen trembling slightly. The title at the top of the page read, "Award Night Guest List." What would you do if the people who forgot your birthday had to applaud you on live television? Morning brings no messages. Alara walks through the gray streets, invisible among strangers. A birthday unacknowledged feels like a funeral no one attends. She holds her coffee, glancing at passing billboards of smiling families, wondering how something so ordinary can hurt so precisely. But somewhere inside, a spark remains, the quiet thrill of a plan forming. Leah calls that afternoon. "You okay?" she asks softly. Alara smiles, voice even. "Perfect." Her fingers trace the edge of the invitation prototype she's printed. Thick ivory cardstock, gold trim. "I'm just planning something," she adds, a faint amusement in her tone, the kind that hides storm clouds. That night, Mira posts a photo. Family dinner. 3 plates, laughter frozen in pixels. Alara's phone lights up with it. For a moment, she just watches. The noise of a restaurant, the flash of wine glasses, the caption, "Family first." She almost laughs. Then she types one word beneath the post. Beautiful. Midnight again. Alara sits before her printer as the first invitation slides out. Embossed with her name, Alara Voss, nominee for Best Short Film. She studies the shimmering gold letters, then places the first envelope on her desk. It's addressed to Mother. She exhales slowly, a quiet promise forming behind her eyes. Weeks pass. Success arrives quietly, like a secret she refuses to share. Alara's short film, The Unseen Table, earns a nomination for the National Film Awards. Her phone rings endlessly now. Reporters, producers, invitations, all except the one she truly wanted. The same family who forgot her birthday now beams with pride online, reposting her achievements as if they had always believed in her. She lets them. The camera flashes hide their guilt well, but Alara's eyes, behind every smile, stay sharp. The revenge will not be loud. It will be cinematic. The perfect script has already begun to write itself. Leah bursts into the studio holding a bottle of champagne. "You did it!" she exclaims, spinning in joy. Alara laughs, genuinely for the first time in months, but inside she's already scripting what comes next. The guest list, the seating, the speech. They'll come, right? Leah asks. Alara answers softly. They always come when the cameras do. At her parents' home, Mira scrolls through her daughter's film clips, smiling at guests over tea. "We always knew she'd make it," she says proudly, though her tone is more for the audience than the truth. Daniel nods, adding, "She gets her drive from me." Noah leans against the counter, amused, muttering, "I didn't even know she still made films." Their laughter fills the kitchen, oblivious to the storm already written for them. That night, Alara drafts the official invitations. Heavy envelopes embossed in gold. She writes each name slowly, deliberately, pausing at her parents' names longer than the rest. The pen moves like a blade. Leah watches silently from across the table. "You sure about this?" she whispers. Alara doesn't look up. "I'm not doing this to hurt them," she says quietly. "I'm doing it so they finally see me." The following morning, Alara walks into the post office carrying a stack of envelopes bound with a satin ribbon. The clerk stamps each one with routine indifference. To him, it's just mail. To her, It's history. As she slides the final letter into the outgoing tray, her pulse steadies. The act is small, quiet, untraceable. The kind of revenge that doesn't shout. It waits. The letters arrive on an ordinary Tuesday. One by one, they slip through polished doors and manicured hands. Mira opens hers first. The envelope thick, expensive, gleaming with embossed gold. An award ceremony. She murmurs, eyes widening. Daniel looks up from his paper, mildly surprised. She's really nominated. Noah chuckles, leaning against the counter. Guess little sis finally made it. They don't notice the faint shimmer in Mira's hand. A tremble that isn't pride, but something colder. Across the city, Ilara watches her inbox flood with polite congratulations. None of them know what awaits on that stage. Mira calls her daughter that evening, voice polished like glass. "We're so proud of you," she begins. Ilara listens, her lips curving faintly. "Thank you, Mom." "It means a lot," she answers smoothly. Behind her calm tone lies a storm of memories. Every forgotten birthday, every overlooked achievement. "Will you be attending?" She asks lightly. Mira pauses just long enough to reveal guilt. "Of course," she lies. Ilara smiled. "Perfect." Leah helps Ilara finalize her presentation reel. The clips feel personal, too personal. "You sure you want to show that scene?" Leah asks quietly, pausing the screen where a young girl sits alone at a dinner table with an unlit candle. Ilara watches the frame, eyes unwavering. "It's not revenge," she says. "It's truth." Leah exhales, realizing she's witnessing something sacred and dangerous. Noah laughs as he shows the invitation to friends. Front row seats to fame. He jokes. They toast to his sister's success, pretending it's their own. But beneath the laughter, he feels something. A flicker of envy. A shadow in the corner of pride. For once, Ilara is the one in the spotlight, and he is the extra. The thought lingers longer than he expects. Ilara stands before her mirror the night before the ceremony, rehearsing her speech under her breath. Each word is chosen like a scalpel. Clean, deliberate, precise. She adjusts her black dress, simple but commanding. A quiet armor. The reflection in the glass feels unfamiliar. Not the girl they forgot, but the woman they'll never ignore again. "Tomorrow," she whispers, "they'll finally see me." The night hums with flashbulbs and applause. Ilara steps out of the car, her heels touching the red carpet with quiet defiance. Cameras flare. Names are shouted. Lights burn white hot. For years, she was invisible. Now, every lens turns toward her. She moves slowly, deliberately, like she's been waiting for this moment all her life. Somewhere inside the grand auditorium, her family sits in the front row, their pride gleaming brighter than the stage lights. They don't know yet. But tonight, every smile will shatter. Inside, Mira waves proudly as Ilara enters the hall, her smile practiced and perfect. Daniel straightens his tie. Noah whispers something smug. The family looks flawless, framed by the glow of chandeliers. Ilara walks past them without breaking stride, offering only a polite nod. The briefest flicker of emotion crosses Mira's eyes, a memory of the girl she once ignored. But it's gone as quickly as it came. Leah moves through the control booth, checking the cue sheets, adjusting the projection sequence. "Are you sure you want this clip to play?" the technician asks nervously. Leah hesitates, then nods. Yes, every frame. Across the hall, Ilara waits backstage, hands clasped loosely. Her calm is unnatural, the kind that comes before a storm. The host announces her name. The audience erupts in applause as Ilara walks toward the stage. Her gown ripples in the spotlight. She feels the weight of every forgotten year pressing against her spine, pushing forward. Her family claps the loudest, proud smiles stretched wide. None of them notice Leah's trembling hand pressing the play button at the control desk. The lights dim. Silence falls. The first scening of the unseen table fills the screen. A lonely child at a dinner table, candle unlit, surrounded by shadows of laughter. Mira's smile freezes. Daniel leans forward, confused. Noah shifts uncomfortably. On stage, Ilara stands motionless, facing the audience, her face illuminated by her own story. No introduction, no warning, just truth. Raw, unfiltered, inescapable. The film begins softly. Laughter recorded from old home videos, the glow of family dinners, the illusion of warmth. Then the sound fades. On screen, a young girl sits alone, blowing out her own candle. The silence that follows cuts deeper than words. In the audience, Mira stiffens. Daniel's smile falters. Noah's fingers tap nervously against his seat. The audience senses something real. Too real. Too real. Ilara stands in stillness beside the screen, her face calm, her story no longer hidden in shadows. Every forgotten moment now breathes before hundreds of eyes. Each scene deepens the wound. Birthdays missed. Awards unacknowledged. A daughter's voice fading in the noise of a family too busy with themselves. Mira whispers something under her breath. Maybe an apology. No one hears. Daniel looks at her, eyes heavy with guilt that comes too late. Noah leans back, trying to look anywhere but the screen. But there's nowhere left to look. The truth is too large, too bright, too public. On screen, the camera pans to a table set for 4. 3 plates full, 1 untouched. A woman's voice narrates softly. They always saved the best for themselves. The audience gasps. Ilara's name appears in the corner of the frame. Her family freezes as the realization spreads. This isn't fiction. This is her. Every frame, every silence, every cut. Her truth edited with surgical precision. The final frame appears. Ilara, years younger, holding a camera toward the mirror, whispering, "One day they'll see me." The lights rise slowly. Silence hangs heavy, suffocating. No applause, no movement. Ilara steps forward to the microphone. Her family's faces are pale ghosts in the front row. "Thank you," she says simply, her voice steady, "for the inspiration." The audience bursts into stunned applause, not for the family on screen, but for the woman who dared to show them. Backstage, Leah finds Ilara standing alone in the half-light. "You did it," Leah whispers. Ilara exhales, finally letting her shoulders fall. "No," she says softly. "I just stopped hiding." The applause still echoes beyond the curtain, but Ilara's heart is quiet now. Not triumphant, just at peace. For the first time, she feels seen. Not by her family, but by herself. The lights steady again. The announcer's voice cuts through the noise. And the award for Best Short Film goes to The Unseen Table by Ilara Voss. The crowd erupts. Cameras flash. Applause, thunderous. Ilara rises from her seat with grace that feels almost supernatural. Her family claps too, their expressions confused but compliant. She walks toward the stage slowly, each step echoing like a drumbeat. Her face betrays nothing. No smile, no anger, just calm inevitability. This isn't a victory march. It's closure wrapped in applause. At the podium, Ilara holds the trophy but doesn't look at it. Her eyes scan the room. Not the cameras, not the crowd, but the 3 faces in the front row. "Thank you for watching," she begins softly. The audience chuckles, thinking it's humor. "This film was made from truth," she continues. "The kind that hides in silence. The kind that only grows when no one's listening. The hall quiets. Every camera lens refocuses on her face. Her family sits frozen, trapped in the glare of her voice. She pauses, breath steady, words deliberate. "For years, I waited for my family to notice me," she says. "Turns out I just had to put it on a screen." A murmur ripples through the audience. Half admiration, half unease. Alara's gaze doesn't waver. "This award," she continues, "isn't for what I created. It's for what I survived." Her voice breaks only once, a whisper trembling through the microphone before she steadies it again. The hall remains silent. No coughs, no camera clicks. Just truth, unmasked. She raises the award slightly. "I dedicate this," she says, "to those who were too busy to show up." Her tone is neither bitter nor cruel, just honest. The audience exhales collectively. Some applaud softly. Others simply watch, transfixed. Mira hides her face behind a trembling hand. Daniel stares at the floor. Noah looks straight at her, jaw tight, maybe in shame, maybe in awe. Alara sets the trophy on the podium, her voice softening to a whisper. "Consider this my invitation." When she steps off the stage, the applause is thunderous, but it feels distant. Leah meets her in the wings, tears streaming silently. "You did it," she whispers. Alara exhales, shoulders trembling, relief washing over her like warm rain. Behind her, her family remains seated, statues carved from pride and shame. She doesn't look back. For the first time, she doesn't need to. The ceremony is over. The applause fades into echoes and the hall empties slowly. Alara stands outside beneath a cold night sky, the city humming quietly in the distance. The confetti still clings to her hair. Her hands, once trembling, are steady now. Behind her, she can hear her family's voices, muffled, uncertain, trying to reach her. She doesn't turn. The air smells of rain and champagne and something new. Freedom. Freedom. For the first time, she isn't waiting for them to notice her. They already have, and it will never leave them. Mira finally steps forward. "Alara," she calls softly, voice cracking. Alara turns halfway, eyes calm, unblinking. "You embarrassed us," Mira says, though even she doesn't believe her own words. Alara smiles faintly. "No, Mom," she answers, voice gentle but sharp. "I introduced you." Mira's lips part as if to speak, but no sound comes. The silence between them is heavier than years of neglect. Daniel approaches next, quieter, shoulders slumped. "You couldn't have told us," he murmurs. Alara tilts her head. "I did," she replies softly. "You just never listened." For a moment, his eyes glisten, the weight of years pressing into that one exchange. He nods, not in defense, but surrender. She watches him turn back toward Mira, the man who once led the silence, now swallowed by it. Noah lingers the longest, his charm stripped away. "You really had to do all this?" he asks, voice soft, almost pleading. Alara looks at him, no anger left in her eyes. "You taught me how to get your attention," she answers simply. He nods once, unable to meet her gaze. "Guess you did," when he walks away. Shoulders hunched, she feels no victory, only release. Revenge isn't sweet, it's quiet, like the end of a storm. Later that night, Alara sits alone on her apartment balcony. The city lights flickering below like dying stars. A small cake rests on the table, a single candle burning. She doesn't make a wish this time. She doesn't need to. The flame dances, reflecting in her eyes, not as a reminder of loneliness, but proof that she's here, alive, seen. As she blows out the candle, her phone lights up. A message from Leah. "Happy birthday, my friend." Alara smiles softly. "Finally," she whispers.